Welcome to Unhinged, where we explore the stories behind the headlines, the victims, the motives, the aftermath. Today's case is as disturbing as it is heartbreaking. It's a story about a young woman who dared to dream, who sought happiness after pain, only to have her life stolen in a horrifying act of violence. Her name was Ritika Singh. Her murder in June 2022 sent shockwaves across India and became a grim symbol of how far domestic abuse can escalate when unchecked. In this episode, we'll take you through Ritika's journey, from her early ambitions to the toxic marriage that changed everything. We'll look at the legal proceedings, the psychological patterns of abuse, and the haunting question that lingers. Could her death have been prevented? Born and raised in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, Ritika Singh was not just another face in the crowd. From a young age, she radiated ambition. Teachers described her as inquisitive, disciplined, and unusually creative. She wasn't just academically inclined. She had a flair for fashion, design, and social media long before it was mainstream. After completing her BSc, Ritika worked as a teacher, but her heart lay elsewhere. In 2016, she launched a fashion and lifestyle blog that quickly gained attraction. Her Instagram was filled with outfit inspiration, makeup tutorials, and travel snippets. But beneath the curated perfection, there was a young woman navigating personal trauma. In 2014, Ritika married Akash Gautam. Akash, a man from Firozabad, appeared charming at first. But within a year of marriage, things began to change. Ritika's family described him as jealous, unemployed, and emotionally volatile. He resented Ritika's success. Multiple reports suggest that Akash was financially dependent on her, a dynamic that only worsened the imbalance of power in their marriage. A former friend revealed, under anonymity, that Ritika had once come to work with visible bruises. Still, she brushed it off. As the years progressed, the abuse became more severe. Her mother, during a harrowing interview, recalled an incident where Akash allegedly burned Ritika with a hot iron. It was this tipping point that finally led her to leave the marriage in 2018. Post-separation, Ritika moved to Agra and slowly began rebuilding her life. It was during this time she connected with Vipul Agarwal, a chartered accountant and tax lawyer. Their relationship began through social media and eventually blossomed into something deeper. Friends of Ritika say Vipul brought a sense of stability and encouragement she hadn't experienced in years. They moved in together in 2021. Ritika resumed her blogging activities, started therapy, and even took on a few fashion campaigns again. There was light at the end of the tunnel, or so it seemed. June 24th, 2022. Akash Gautam arrived at Ritika's apartment complex. He wasn't alone. Accompanying him were two women, later identified as relatives, and two unknown men. CCTV footage shows them entering around 11 a.m. According to Vipul's testimony, Akash pleaded for a conversation. Once inside, the tone shifted drastically. Vipul was overpowered, tied up, and locked in the bathroom. Ritika was restrained, her hands tied with a scarf. Then came the unimaginable. Akash and the others dragged her toward the balcony. With chilling calmness, they lifted her over the railing and pushed. She fell 4 floors to her death. Vipul managed to scream for help through a small bathroom window. Neighbors rushed in, catching Akash and 2 women while the 2 men escaped. Police arrived within minutes. The scene was gruesome. Ritika's body lay on the pavement, lifeless. She died on impact. The FIR was registered under Sections 3, 02, and 34 of the IPC, murder and common intention. In custody, Akash showed no remorse. During interrogation, he cited betrayal, jealousy, and a need to teach her a lesson as motives. Cases like Ritika's are heartbreaking but not uncommon. The abuse follows a cycle: idealization, devaluation, and then discarding. When Ritika left, Akash perceived it as a loss of control. Abusers often interpret independence as defiance. The moment a survivor begins to heal or form new bonds is when the abuser might retaliate most violently. Domestic abuse isn't always visible. It's emotional, financial, and social. The signs are there: isolation, hyper-control, unpredictable rage, but they're often dismissed by society. Ritika's death triggered outrage. The hashtag Justice for Ritika began trending. Candlelight vigils were held in Agra, Ghaziabad, and Delhi. Influencers and celebrities paid tribute. Women's rights groups demanded a fast-track trial. News outlets replayed CCTV footage, dissected police reports, and interviewed neighbors. In one viral clip, a neighbor tearfully recalled Ritika's screams. She begged them to stop. Currently, Akash and his 2 female accomplices are in judicial custody. The 2 unidentified men are still at large. Police have filed a detailed charge sheet and gathered forensic evidence, digital messages, and eyewitness testimonies. The prosecution is pushing for the maximum penalty. Meanwhile, Ritika's mother continues to attend every hearing. Her voice, once fragile, is now resolute. "I won't rest until they rot in jail," she said in a recent interview. Ritika's story is not just a crime story. It's a wake-up call. Domestic abuse is pervasive, cutting across class, profession, and education. If you're listening to this and are in an unsafe relationship, please know help is available. You don't have to face it alone. Call 181, India's Women Helpline, or contact a local NGO. Ritika tried to escape. She tried to rebuild. She deserved safety, love, and a life beyond the trauma. Let's honor her by supporting the thousands like her who are still living in fear. Thank you for listening to Unhinged. Subscribe and follow for more true crime deep dives, and don't forget to share this episode. Justice begins with awareness.